I can do this out of instance. Might as well. And we're off to the races. This actually might just have enough kills. Maybe not, but maybe. It's more than 0% likely, which is the exact type of chance I'll take. This is definitely where I think Black Mage actually feels better for current iteration. I feel like I'd be done with these kills already if it was Black Mage. Let me out? Damn. The 4-kill dream. Maybe that just makes Summoner feel fair, now that I think about it. Because, like, Picto, Black Mage... Maybe not Red Mage, though, but it's been a while since I've done Red Mage, but... Picto and Black Mage are kind of powerhouses now. Compared to, like, Summoner. I mean, Summoner at 70 is cracked, but 60? No. Witching. Sight's good. Let's work on the kills. Although full damage while moving is like pretty good. So, I mean, later Summoner might feel better than Black Mage, I'm not sure. Oh hey, something dropped? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I should have beamed. Maybe I'll know better. Yep, there's a beam. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't have anything to move with, but that's okay. Let's see. Rezo. Nice, got my Rezo back already. I don't want to waste any Dreadworm on this. Okay. This could be last kill. Unfortunately not. Not feeling it. Yeah, I was gonna say. Just doesn't feel like it to me. Maybe this one. Yep. Not sure. I'm actually not sure. Saving the finale for tomorrow. But I don't know how far I'm gonna go today. I'm so lazy. I'm just gonna rage. Fuck this. I don't deal with blind. Hey, Vlad. Nah, I won't go that far. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get like one more enemy. I'm pretty tired because I've worked a lot this week. And then I woke up early a lot this week too, so I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I was so tired. And I actually never stopped. I basically didn't stop working. So that kind of dictated it. Yeah. No, I was gonna do this yesterday, but I was like, okay, if I'm not done working by like 8:30, then I'm not gonna do it. So, and I didn't stop working. So, I mean, I ate dinner. I stopped to eat dinner at like 7. But then I was like, okay, well, I started working again after dinner. And then I was like, okay, if I'm not done by 8:30, then I'm not doing it tonight. So that was that. So yeah, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but just didn't work out in the timing. But I think I'm kind of done with working every night. For a bit at least. Who knows when it'll come back, but I think I'm kind of done working every night. I worked like every night this week. It sucked. But sometimes it's just how it is. So, with that said, yeah, I'll just go kind of until I'm tired. Maybe I'll start from 150 tomorrow instead of 160. I'm not sure. We get one more extra set in. On Summoner, it really won't add that much more time to the stream if I decide to do all of that tomorrow. This 151 to 160 should be like close to 30 minutes. Like, it should not take that long on Summoner. It'd have to be a really bad set if it was going to be close to an hour. Or if I was like scoring or some shit, but I'm definitely not doing that. Oh, gold chest. Oh, man. I have 3 witchings, though. Holy piss key. In 3 streams. Like 3 5-hour streams. Psych. Oh my... What? Holy piss. That is so pissed. 2 kills after the exits open? Or the return? Hyper piss. You want to watch this, though? Hey, I will, I have been trying to get into the habit of, making the VODs public again. Been trying to do that at least. I'm too lazy to turn that setting back on because anytime I stream with music ever again, it's just going to get turned off again. So, although I haven't tested it with actually the new split audio. I have that set up now actually. So maybe I can turn it back on. Because I set that up a little bit ago. Man, I'm so lazy. Like, I already used a rage. Now what am I gonna do? Use another one? I might. I'm kind of just looking for an answer here. Because I'm too lazy to fight this. Actually, wait. This is the procs. Yarzon is sound. At least I think that's procs here. Never keep it straight. I'm so lazy on these floors. But you know what? It's early. I say enjoy it. Yeah, I'm raging now. That shifted the decision weight right there. You're gonna give me a rage, or you're gonna give me a mimic in this condition? I'm raging. I mean, I guess normally if I was doing a score run, I would enter this set with 1 or 0 rages, so I guess it's not that bad. Now I just get to use them to go fast. Yay. Damage down? That's fine. I just don't like blind or like the other annoying ones. I know this is a dead end, but there's actually a chance I can get some double dip here. Maybe one more? Nice. It's like decent double dip value, actually. Okay, check the chest, except that one we don't care about. Do you have a game series that you grew up with? Probably the Final Fantasies, honestly. Like, the first Final Fantasy I really remember playing was Tactics, and then I played 7, and then I pretty much played every single Final Fantasy that released. I think. Because I remember I got 8, I got 9, I got 10, pretty much all when they were like current. And I did that for 12 as well. I also did that for 13, but it wasn't mine. It was someone else's, but I still played it. Because it was on a PS3 and I didn't have one, but I was able to play my friends. Nice, got the rage back. 14. I mean, I played 14 when it was current. 15 I missed. I went back for it later. You haven't played 8 or 9? I think it might be kind of hard to get into the old ones if you didn't play them when they first released. Because I think that 6... I have to go back. I don't know. I actually don't really like 4 that much. I've played 4, but I don't know. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I actually haven't played 5. So, like, I started 5 a long time ago, but I never finished it. But from 6 to 16, I have finished all. Computer, holy, what was that? Did I just down like an update or something like that? What the? Okay, anyway. 6 up until 16, I've played all of them to the end. And I played them like, well, no, I didn't play 6 when it was current because that technically came out on the Super Nintendo, and I didn't play it until it was on PlayStation, which was like a few years later. But I like 6 to 16. But I think that if you didn't play them when they released, I could see not liking them, even though I think that they're good games. I could see people not liking them because they're kind of dated. Did I do the DLC? Not yet. I plan to at some point. I heard the Leviathan one was actually pretty good. But I don't have it yet. I plan to someday, though. It's on the list. Someday I'll get to it. But yeah, I would recommend 6 to 16 to people, but I think some of them are going to be hard to play for people. And I got the second reach back. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing too, is like, if you're used to older turn-based games and like older graphic styles, like I could see it not being a problem. But if you're used to more fast-paced modern games, I could see not liking them. Well, some of it is maybe not even about being fast-paced, it's just there's kind of like quality of life stuff that's been introduced to games over time. And some of those older games just don't have it because, you know, that's just how games work. Like, or, you know, that's how anything works, not just games. Like, there's a period of iteration, right? Or an iteration cycle where people are like, okay, we liked that, we didn't like that. So some of those old games just were the reason why quality of life exists today, or they prompted it. Yeah, no experience share. Yeah, stuff like that, where it's like, people don't necessarily just want to grind. But that was part of the games back then, so. Hey, another, I think it's like the 3rd special mob of this file. But that's just kind of how it goes. So I think that's why I'm just happy that I played them when they were new. So my perspective on them was like always that like, wow, this is like revolutionary. Like this is crazy. So like for me, I kind of have that nice perspective of like when I played it, it was like new. So it had new stuff in it and it was top of the line when it was out. But I totally understand when people are like, yeah, I don't really like any of those old Final Fantasy games. It's like, yeah, I get it. I'm not a super fan. I'm not gonna like blast someone because they don't like a video game. Even though people think, like, people will call them like classics or whatever, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's like a classic that I don't like. Like, there's classic movies that are just like too old for me. Like, I just can't enjoy it. It's just how it goes. I can still respect that they probably had high value when they were made, and they were probably influential for movies that I do like. But, you know, if it's before a certain time, I probably just won't enjoy it. Light is good. I think the oldest movie that I know is like a certified classic that I actually enjoy is like Citizen Kane, where I'm like, wow, that's actually like a really well done movie despite how old it is. But a lot of like classic movies, I just can't. Yeah, no, it is a super well done movie, and it's like, yeah, it's, you know, an iconic piece of like Western media. You with 60s and 70s music, man, I love music from that era. For some reason, like, for me, it's the first Godfather. Interesting. I haven't seen that. I've actually been meaning to. I actually was meaning to watch that soon, because it's like a classic thing that I've never seen. Ooh, nice rage. Yeah, for some reason, that doesn't, like, with music, that doesn't affect me. Like, I can listen to music from any era, and, like, if I like it, I like it. But for other stuff, that's not true. But for music, I can pretty much listen to anything from any time period. I take breaks? Okay. Yeah, I heard it's long. I'll give it a shot, though. Because, yeah, it's like a classic thing that I've just never watched it. But, I don't know, actually for music, I've hit like a time period where I just won't listen to anything after. Hey, Perfy. Yeah, for sure. Get some sleep. I'll see ya. I mean, I'll be streaming tomorrow, most likely. Unless like something comes up. My plan is to stream tomorrow too, so. At a better time. Be kind of okay. Yeah. I mean, I know that there's just like good actors in there, and it's just kind of like a classic movie, so that's kind of the main reason why I was going to check it out. But yeah, for music, I've hit a time period that I won't go past instead of before. Like, I realize there's like an incredibly low probability that I will listen to anything that was made after about like 2012-ish, 2010. Like, once you start getting around there, like, I don't really listen to stuff past that time period. Anything up until then, I might be down, but after that, it starts getting questionable. Yeah. Okay, I will lust, actually. I shouldn't have used my shield. Oh well. Gonna try to pretty much lust every boss. Just makes it go faster. Can I get this cast off? Yes, I can. Okay. Hey, Aaron. Thanks for the good luck. I'll always take it. Even on the low floors. Never turn your nose up to good luck. Nope. No challenge. Just doing Summoner. Because I did Picto, and I did Black Mage. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just do Summoner and Red Mage. Just to do every caster. And then, we'll see after that. I don't know. Just kind of felt like doing all the casters. The challenge is not falling asleep. Yeah, we'll kind of see. I mean, the last time I did Summoner was Man, I can't even tell you. It was when I cleared. Which was kind of a while ago. So, yeah, it's been a few. But it hasn't changed at all since then. It's still the same that it was, so... Just kind of going back and doing some of the jobs again that I only did once. So did Reaper recently. Gonna do Summoner now. I'll do Red Mage after this. After that, I have no clue. But Crescent Isle is only a month away, so... Maybe there will be some 14 content that's for me soon. Auto flight's good. Actually, I can strength too. I'm at 3. Intuition. Well, we need to locate our beams, so we'll get that going. That should take care of that. I wonder if I can get out from these mobs. Can't remember how many I killed. Oh, just 2. This will be 3. This is 4. That room is going to be enough. Seen there's a lot of people playing Expedition 33. So it's been somewhat of a challenge for me to not get spoiled, but it's not too hard. Oh, nice. Yeah. I see a lot of people playing it. I just kind of haven't looked at YouTube at all, because I know there's going to be spoiler thumbnails as soon as I open it. Like, pretty much 100% guaranteed. So I've stayed off of YouTube. And I've kind of stopped looking at Twitch also. Because, yeah, I'm just going to get spoiled 100%. I am one of those people that will not complain about spoilers. I think it's annoying, but I'm not going to complain about it because it's 100% in my power. Like, yeah, it's one thing if there's like something in front of your face, but it's another to just be like, well, I just won't let it get in front of my face. Like, yeah. That's what I do have control over. Like, I can control what I'm looking at to some extent, so yeah. Because I think I'll play that game eventually. But I'm gonna wait until the hype dies down. And then also kind of get a sense of just the general feeling about it once people have finished it. Like, if everyone's finishing it and going like, wow, this is an amazing game, then I'll be like, okay, like, I'll check it out. But if everyone's finishing it and going like, yeah, it was okay, then maybe I'll pass. So because I'm like pretty picky about starting a new game these days. Nice donut trap. So if the general vibe is people are digging it, then yeah, I'll probably check it out. But I'm gonna wait until like a lot of people finish it. At face value, it seems like a type of game I'd be into, but I just kind of have somewhat of a high bar, I guess. Digging it. Expedition 33. I was just saying how, like, a lot of people seem to be playing it recently. Because I know it, like, just got released. And I might play it. But I'm trying to keep myself as spoiler-free as possible. And I'm just going to kind of wait until a lot of people are done and the hype is over. And then just kind of read the room on what the general feeling is. Honestly, my plan is just to wait until Angelus is done, and I'm just going to ask him how he feels about it. Because he's pretty good about not spoiling games for people. So I'll just ask for his spoiler-free review. Be like, hey dude, overall thoughts. What do you think? Because I also know that we share something in common in that we typically will try games on the harder difficulty. And knowing that he would have that same experience kind of gives me a good idea of whether or not I would want to try it. Because something like story is like pretty subjective. So, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm not going to really listen to anyone's opinion about story because it's pretty subjective. Like, people like different things. So, you know, like, the story can be whatever. Like, I can make my own judgment if I like it or not. But if the game is only like, I don't know, 30 hours or less total and playing it on the hardest difficulty, I might pass. Because it's like, okay, if you could beat it and feel like you're done in 30 hours, I don't really think that's for me. Like, I'd like something to, you know, bite into a bit more than that. But, yeah, we'll see. So, I'm just gonna have to wait until people start finishing the game. Wow, we're kind of flying. I didn't really notice. But we're already on the fourth floor. I didn't realize the music already changed. But that's kind of the point, though. Trying to get this climb on. I'll just take care of this instead of worrying about it. That's pretty good damage if you add it all up. I mean, it was technically like 3 GCDs of damage, but still. It's like 70% of its health before the fight even really started. Wow, another flight. Oh, there was already a flight on the floor. Oops. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any other games I'm kind of looking forward to. Metal Gear Solid Delta, waiting for that. I think that was supposed to be 2025, but we'll see. But I'll get that, because I already know that I like it, and I already know that I'll play the hell out of it, so I will buy Metal Gear Solid Delta on release. Like, I will just get it. But it's because I already know that I like it. Sight, nice. Sight and Rage. No beam though, so we won't fortune. And as far as 14 content goes, I mean, yeah, hopefully Crescent Isle's fun. Don't know too much about it, but hope it's fun. And what would be next? Hey, Quad. Crescent Isle is like in a month. Oh, nice. I don't have to go back for the other one. Then it'll be 7.3, which is going to be a new Alliance raid. Probably Criterion. And then we've got a new Deep Dungeon after that. So we'll see. We shall see. Correct way? Unknown. I think I'll check the other direction first, just so I don't go down a rabbit hole. Yeah, it's actually right here. Nice. Diligence paid off. Being a good little checker. I don't know if I can get this cast off. I can. Got big. Yeah. I haven't been on a like a proper vacation like that in a long time, but that's definitely a part of the game. Being out of it for a bit, you got to get back into your routine. When's the last time I've taken like a vacation like that? I've taken time off. It's not like I haven't like missed a day of work in forever. Like I've definitely taken time off, but I can't remember the last time I've gone on like, you know, an extended vacation from my house. Oh, nice. Yeah, that little challenge run idea. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are kind of fun. Gives a little bit more life to the content because Lord knows we're like pretty starved for something new at this point. Just, you know, we're kind of licking the bag clean. Like to travel. A few weeks doing another mini. Nice. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on, yeah, your personality. Because for me, I'm actually not really a big traveler. Which probably explains why I don't really... Can't remember the last vacation I've gone on. Not really a big traveler. For a stupid reason? Uh-oh. Did you forget something at your last destination? I'm gonna check the other direction. Going to Fort Lauderdale. Oh! I mean, that sounds fun. I've never been there. I have never been there. I'm trying to think of like the furthest south I've been even. I've like only visited like northern half of this country. Like I've been all over like the northern half, but never really been in the southern half. I've been to Arizona. I've been to Arizona a couple times. But that's about it. And New Mexico, I guess. So that's like about as far south as I've gone, but southeast, not really at all. Yeah, I was gonna say, and if I was gonna pick a southern half to be on, I'd rather be in southwest than southeast. No offense to anyone who might live there. This doesn't sound as pleasant. But I'm kind of more of a northern climate kind of guy anyway. Like, I'm not really someone who's looking for, like, hot and dry. I like cold, dark, damp. Like, that's my scene. If I could, I would move to, like, yeah, like, Netherlands or, like, Finland or Denmark or whatever. That's where I would move, but probably not going to. It sounds pretty hard. I don't speak the language. I know they speak English, but still, like, you kind of other yourself if you don't speak native language. Plus, I don't even know how I would get over there and all the other crap, so that's not going to happen. But if we're just talking about pure climate, that would be my jam. Oh, shit. Okay, nice. Can't remember if I talked about this, but I did look into Alaska. And that sounds like a mistake, so I will not be going there. I was like, where can I go that's like colder and darker? Alaska. And then I looked into it, and pretty much everyone who lives there says, do not move here. Absolutely do not do it. You will regret it. It's... You do not want to be here. You do not want to go to Alaska. I was like, okay, fair enough. All the reasons seemed pretty valid. Sounds like it's a place that you visit, but you don't want to live. That's kind of like the gist of, oh shit, I forgot about that. Nice, 2 for 1. Sounds like the gist of Alaska is visit in the summer, and that's it. Do not live there. But some people have to live there for their job or whatever, so... Just does not sound like an easy place to live. Even for me. I even like, you know, cold and dark, but it gets real cold there, and it gets real dark. And everything is super expensive, apparently, which makes sense. Because everything basically has to be, like, brought in by boat. Which naturally is going to make all the costs of everything go up. But hey, it sounded cool. But I looked into it, and general idea was no. HP knockback. I should have used a rage. Alter the boss? I'll alter the boss. The stipend? Yeah. Sounds decent, but... Yeah, I was gonna say, your cost of living is so high. Yep. Yeah, I've heard it's just, like, all around, like everything is bad, because, like, you can't even... This could be bad. Okay. Like, stuff that you kind of take for granted. I mean, healthcare is already, like, so bad in the United States. Try Alaska. Apparently, it's, like, it's even worse. Because there's just less of everything there. So, yeah. I don't think I will be trying to move there. Nice. Nice and early. Do I even check that? What could I get? Nothing. I've got 3 of every palm. See? It's so nice not to spend palms. Because you look at them and then you're like, why do I need to check that gold chest? And then you realize there is literally no reason for me to check it. So I won't. I'm gonna lust the boss when the bees come out. I love the no chest check life. We're still making decent time also. For basically only spending what we pick up. Okay, perfect timing. I'll refresh my sustain. One more. Wonder how close this is gonna get. I did 25%, so that should mean I should do like 50%. No, chicken nugget! No! My chicken nugget! Okay. I guess I have to kill these. Okay, this should finish it. We'll save a potsherd also. Nice crit. Yay. Okay, well, let's just keep this train going. Got into a groove. Alright, beam detection activated. Alter? No thank you. I don't alter my runs. I will strength. Because we're at 3. Safety's nice. Will I get a 3 kill? Is that even possible? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you think about that as like a motif, it's like maybe a similar amount of cast time and wind up. It just doesn't hit quite as hard. To be Ifrit plus your 2 Ruby Ruins. Okay, another safety. And that means that's the altar. Okay. Intuition. It's so weird not having the second, like having Akmorn, just having the Death Flare. I'm always used to seeing like the 2 lasers. I'm standing in this. We'll just grab the Spriggan. I think I'm gonna have to move. maybe not. Yeah, fast boulder is a little bit later. Dang it. I don't want to fight the Drake, but... Oh, nice. I don't have to. Well, actually, I still might have to, but we'll see. Holding on to Dreadworm. Okay, nice. It's kind of a long floor, but it's okay. I guess the last one was kind of nice because I got some flights. I don't think I got a rage, but I got flights. Just relaxing. Nice, easy going summoner. That's kind of a far way to go. I guess I'll fortune. We do have our beam. So, you know what that means. We gotta test it. I should pull because I have Dreadworm. A witching? I mean... I'll just use it. I mean, because I wouldn't come back here for a Mimic, so... Like, if I got a Mimic, I wouldn't come back for the Witching. I would just leave, so... Just use it. Come on. I'm surprised I was able to, like, have line of sight from there. Nice. Fortune Beam still worked. I'm gonna pull the Spriggan, and then after the Spriggan, I will fight one of the biased. So hold Dreadworm. Oh, I'm out. And another Fortune Beam drop with a sight. I should be able to walk around. They're having a conversation. Kind of. I'm a little surprised that's not seeing me, but it's okay. I prefer it that way. I see the exit. Okay. I'll try to get a kill or two out of this room just so that I don't have to explore more. Dullahan. Maybe one's good enough. Probably could have pulled two, but whatever. There's some Dullahans wandering around. Okay, if I set this up correctly. Nice. Wait, okay, the tortoise is looking that way. Nope, now it's looking at me. Great. I will leave that witching alone, because that's right next to my exit. No chests. Spriggan. Chest in the back. Potentially a Cornet up here. I'm not sure. Another witching. Well, I guess we'll just use it. Might as well. Take less damage. Nice. Nice and simple. Item penalty. Great. Now we're actually going to have to pay attention. Oh, and gloom? Yuck. Okay, well, I won't check any chests then. Good song, though. Someone who isn't... Yeah, I was talking about, that's me with Expedition 33. Because, like, man, like, everyone's playing Expedition 33. Like, I'm trying to not be spoiled. But yeah, it's either that or, like, Oblivion Remaster. It's, like, the same stuff. I definitely like being late to the party. I'm not the type of person that, like, wants to be in on a game immediately. Some people do, that's fine. But for me personally, I kind of like being late to the party. I hope this doesn't kill me. I don't think it will. I just didn't realize how much damage it would do. How much does Physic heal for? 494. Okay. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. I don't really want to fight one of those again. I really did not enjoy having paralysis ticks. Yeah, you will not see a new game from me in a long time. Like, I don't know when I'll be streaming a new game. Like I was saying earlier, the only like quote unquote new game I can think about getting that I'll get on release is Metal Gear Solid Delta, but that's not even a new game. It's technically an old game, but I love that game, so I will be playing that when that comes out. But other than that, I'll be playing something old probably. I don't trust this. Time for Physic to shine. Yeah, I really am looking forward to it. I hope that they decide to just be faithful to the original, and it's just simply like a nicer version of the game. That is really what I hope they do. If they pull off some type of rebirth bullshit, I am going to be upset. I am going to be so mad if it turns into a rebirth scenario. Oh shit. Because don't get me wrong, I thought Rebirth was fun, but man did they ruin, like they fucking ruined the story. Like they straight up ruined it. Oh, and I actually never played the online. My internet was too shit when I had it. Like I couldn't play it online, but played the game though. Played the game. I freaking loved it. Guess we'll take care of you first. Ethernet cord across the whole house? Yeah. I remember that. I did something similar at my parents' house. Had to run like a 100-foot cable up the stairs because the router was downstairs. Those were the days. I mean, I guess I can use sustaining potions now. I guess I'm kind of running a long cable in my current house, but I have it going through the wall. So it's a little bit nicer. It's kind of out of the way. It was really annoying to set that up, but it was worth it. The best way to do it would have been going under the house, but I am a coward and afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of spiders, but I'm afraid enough that like, if I see a spider, I'm not like afraid of it. Like, I will catch a spider and then like put it outside, because I'm like, go eat the mosquitoes and shit. Like, I don't want you in my house. I'm not gonna kill you, but you can't stay here. But like, I'm not going underneath my house. Like, I'm sorry, that's that's where I draw the line. I'm not going underneath my house. Even though that would have been the ideal way to set up the Ethernet cable. Like, it would have been so much nicer to do it that way, in terms of like keeping like the house looking nice. I think what I did is not bad. It's running along like the like baseboard thing, whatever, and it's kind of out of the way. You can't really tell. It's like behind furniture. 24 kills on a beam floor. I don't know what to tell you. I've got a beam floor right here. Check this out. Did you fortune? Okay, well, I'm about to, for every doubter, I will deny. I will deny the doubters. Look at this. I'm gonna get a chest. Did you fortune? You know, I did adopt somewhat the beam theory from him, because he was kind of joking, but I was like, no, you just don't realize you're actually speaking the truth. Okay, there's a lot of reputation on the line right now. We must prove that the beam provides. And it does. Easy. Provided us another beam locator. I'm pretty sure on this run that I've streamed so far, from 1, every time I fortuned a beam floor, we got a drop. I guess we'll just do this now. Which way are you looking? Okay. I should be using sustaining potion while I like walk through these rooms, because they do have some off-wall, borderline wall traps. We'll just tighten. We'll chicken nugget. I tried. Like right here, maybe? I'm not sure. No, I think it's like a tighter room. It's not this one. We'll fight you first. Oh great, I got both. Oh, good thing I needed both. Getting turbo pissed again. I like these little, like, these trees. They're cool. Oh, I safetied this floor. Nice respawn. I'm just living, like, the conspiracy deep dungeon life. I'm getting targeted respawns. Fortune beam. I'm just living it. I was given this world. I didn't make it. Alright. Nice. Fortune for a beam. Alright. Beams up. Pressure's on. Will the beam provide? Or will it make me look like a lying fool? Guess we'll find out. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, I'm gonna get slept. And it's not gonna feel fun. Miss. Yep. Classic. Classic Skatine dodge while asleep. I swear it has to be intentional that their accuracy rating is like lower than other monsters. I swear it's on purpose. The amount of Skatine dodges is kind of insane. While you're asleep. Which just like doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Just gonna hang out here. Does the beam provide? Got a steal. I'll just pull it. Come on. I don't have a lot of kills left to get a drop. I have to kill this enemy for two reasons. One, it's next it's next to my exit. Two, I don't want to look like a swindler. Oh no. No. My theory. I'm gonna go at least get another kill or two. I feel like it's fair. I'm not farming respawns. I'm getting that bronze chest. And I don't think there's actually been a respawn. Oh, don't let me down. Don't make me do a your mileage may vary claim. Oh, jeez, it's not looking good. Oh no, there's one more. This is the last one. I'm not gonna farm respawns. This is the last, like, natural enemy. Okay, I'm preparing the asterisk now. Oh, last kill. No asterisk required. Okay. We're still rolling on that streak. This isn't scientific. I never claimed it was. Oh, nice. Server ticked that. HP item? Whatever. At least I have steel. I can't fortune this. That's unfortunate. I don't really want to travel because if I end up getting towed, I'm like kind of toast. If I'm fighting an enemy at the same time, but I'll take care of you. Just get over here. I don't want to do the Ifrit wind up because that Skatine's going to show up and be a nuisance. Should just be able to walk past it. Okie doke. Oh, I have Dreadworm. Is that the second no items of this set? Gonna make me sweat a little bit. Exit's down there. Okay. That one I think can have some near wall traps in it. So I will respect. Damn. Alright, let's get this shield on. Just want my energy drain first. Okay, there we go. That's too far. I can't check it. One more floor. I don't think we'll get the technical speed run on it. Another item penalty? Oh, come on. Why they gotta play me like this? Well, at least we found the exit. Got that going. I wish I had another strength. Maybe I can check that chest while I'm zoning. I just haven't really wanted to check the golds with the no items because my heal, I think, keeps up with Pox, but it barely surpasses it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I have blind too. I didn't even notice I had blind. Wow, I've missed, like, what was that, like the last 3 attacks in a row? Blind is cool. I can start attacking now. I don't know why I pressed Swift Cast. Let's work our way back to the exit, which did not open. That's fine. Man, I don't have a lust either. I keep getting so many damn no items. I haven't been checking chests. It's okay. We're just getting all the no items out of the way early. So later on we won't get them. Okay, passage is open. I think I'll still strength lust the boss though. I really don't like fighting this boss. I may have, if that was a mimic, I may have had to fight it. I think I did it too early. Yeah, I really don't want to fight this boss. I should have sustaining potioned, but I'll be fine. Four. Have to move. 5. Ooh, a nice critical hit. Chicken nugget. Okay, we're good. Should be able to cast. I'll have to move. Okay, there we go. I learned the other day that the ice is actually not that bad. I think it just gives you a heavy. So if you had to pick one to stand in, I think you would rather stand in the ice. I tested it the other day in a group run, and I think all it did was give a heavy. Which I guess would only be bad if you were trying to run into that. But otherwise, it's really not that big of a deal. It didn't seem like it was doing damage, but I could be wrong. Okay. Lust is off, but we only have to do 25%. Mission accomplished. Make this boss be as short as possible. Oh, holy. Definitely can tell when steel falls off. I think that's the annoying part about this boss is that he actually does a decent amount of damage for this early. It's like you kind of have to have your sustaining potions on at this point to fight this boss. Like the other ones you can kind of skate by. But he actually kind of does enough damage that if you don't pay attention and you will die. Yay. Okay, I need a really quick BRB. Where did I put that? Nope, not that one. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, really quick BRB. Alright. I am back. Missed a phone call during the boss fight. Had to take that. Back in it. Nice. Got the lust back. I'm gonna check the other direction first. It's like the main habit I've been trying to break is not... Oh hey, wow, another special mob. We got the half-cracked captain. He's only half-cracked. Can you imagine how strong the fully cracked captain is? Let's try this out. Is there a patrol? Yeah, there is. Oh my, there's 2 patrols. I'm gonna steal. I died like this on Scholar. I took on like 3 enemies at once, and I got obliterated. Not like this. I never noticed he said not like this. Alright. Now we can go back to traveling. Did my chicken nugget go off? Yeah, it did. There's the exit, nice. I chose wisely. I unfortunately aggroed this, but that's okay. Let's go into walk mode. Got ourselves a Serenity. Nothing like a first floor Serenity when you've got 3. Oh, I forgot to beam detect. Damn. Could have fortuned with that floor. Who knows what treasures we just missed out on. This is a beam floor. Okay, well, fortune. Nice, found the exit. No. Oh wow, I didn't actually get hit. Kind of surprised. Ooh, a rage? To go with my fortune beam floor? Yes, please. And a raising. Ooh. So far, not looking so hot on the beam front, but it's not over yet. There it is. Never lets me down. There's another one. An altar and targeted respawn. Look at that. Oh shit. Don't see me, please. Thank you. An affluence? Ooh. There we go. The next question is, am I going to rezo this boss? I think I will. And then I can finally have the run where I don't get the rezo back. Okay, fortune. Witching. Well, witching's good. I can like pull all these enemies here. Another altar game? Come on. You really think I'm gonna fall for that? Got a strength, that's nice. Let's just get everything over here. Before I witching, make sure it dies in it. And actually lets me get this proximity. Gather round. Guess this is okay damage for AoE. I mean, I don't have strength on either, but yeah, I mean, it gets the job done. Yeah, can't complain about that. Let's get the Gorm on. Oh, I thought that was the exit. That's the exit. Well, at least have to fight the mummy. Here comes the beatdown. Okay. We did not waste a kill. Dang it. Oh, whatever. This thing's right next to me. Maybe I can actually go for the silver. Denied. Next up is Mummy, if this soul is not enough. But it was. Make way to the promised land. A land full of yellow beams and gold chests. It's a silver chest room and not the exit. I will take care of the patrol. Yeah, it's like 50% of his health. That's pretty decent. Gold chest. I'll take out the money. An Ahriman. I will not fight an Ahriman. For whatever reason, I think they are the highest HP enemy on this set. By a decent margin. Well, if I'm going to be going either way, I might as well go this way. This ogre's looking at my chest. A raising? I've already used one. Appreciate the gesture though. Dang it. I guessed wrong. Well, I don't want to waste my dread, so we'll pull the Ahriman. I always think these angel guys are going to be proximity, but that's just heaven on high talking. Should be able to slip by. Nice, a bronze with a potsherd in it. That's what we're talking about. You know what's interesting is that the Palace Ogres are basically Vinthers, right? But at least the ogres have a giant ass AoE. Like, can you imagine having to fight Vinthers? Like, Vinthers are still just as easy as they are, but their AoE, instead of being tiny, is as big as Heartburn. Like, that would kind of change things. That would definitely make it a little bit harder. Like, they would still be easy enemies to fight, but you would be getting yourself into riskier situations by having to move more. Go, chicken nugget. Garuda, finish. Kablama. Okay. Maybe we'll get a beam next floor. Shake things up a bit. Nope. Wow. Actually, yes, it's just late. It just is slow to form. Okay. Here we go. A Serenity? We're beaming. Are you ready? First kill. Oh man, that Ahriman is going to be a real jerk. Well, let's just take care of it. How many casts do these ones do? They aren't like the ones on 190, where it's 2 stones and then a petrify. Or maybe it is, but we'll see. Stone. Another stone. Yeah, it's not. Because that was 3 stones. That's about to be 4. Wait a minute. There was a chest. Oh, it's a Serenity. I was going to say, was there actually a drop and I just missed it? So far, the beam has not provided, but you know what? I haven't given up. I still believe. Wow, another Serenity. Guess I could have countered those no items that I was getting on the previous set. What palm am I missing? Fortune. I just, every single time I get a floor that has the intuition beam on it, I just Fortune. Because I honestly kind of never use Fortune. So the funny thing is that what this is making me do is use it. So I probably get more value out of Fortune than I did before, because I'm just using it so frequently. And it also makes it entertaining because I get to talk about a dumb conspiracy theory, so it's kind of a win-win. It's entertainment value and actual in-game value going up. And there it is. Got a chest. Let's see. Wow, there's another gold in here. I think this was Affluenced. Kind of looks like it. Another Serenity? What? This has to be a record. Every single chest is a Serenity. Kind of hope that this is the last kill. I don't really want to fight more on this floor. Oh, wait, yeah. I was going to say. Doesn't this one do Void Trap? Oh, piss key. We're pissing. Okay. Guess I can spray. Oh, I need to turn redeems back on. I forgot I turned all of them off. I'll turn them back on for tomorrow. Strength. Wait, strength is good. I'll probably wait a tiny bit just to make sure that my strength will cover the boss. So maybe I'll use it on the 8th floor. If I wanted to go really fast, I probably could, but I can just kind of comfortably know it'll work if I use it on the 8th floor. Fortune. Uh oh. Didn't mean to anger that. That could have been kind of a tricky little wombo combo right there. Getting sucked into the Jetatura. Wait, is that a respawn? Or is there 2 palace guards in here? That's weird. Should, once it catches up to me, yeah. I cannot cast, yeah. Okay, after this... what am I missing? A steel? Might be worth checking just adjacent rooms for it. Nothing here, but I'll still pull something. Oh, it's like a silver. Okay, and there's no adjacent room. And we're out. Okay. I think I will stick to my plan, and I will strength on the man. These are annoying. I'm gonna witching. Get rid of the Aramon first. I'm getting a little bit of cleave damage. Okay, Aramon's dead. Gonna get this disgusting, like, disease, yeah. I should have known better. These, like, tower donut rooms are generally pretty bad for traps on this set, on like this map layout. Please turn around, sir. It's probably gonna bump into the wall, but yeah. Those enemies always make me think about the Shadowbringers trailer. And man, people had so many wild theories because of the like model of that enemy was in like a specific dungeon, and so everyone was like, oh man, like it's gonna be connected to this, and like all these theories, and it's like, no, they just used the same model. And like the lion, whatever. Shadowbringers was still good. I'm not disappointed, but some of the theories were pretty cool. Whoa. This is a dead end. Okay. We will carry on. I think this is a treasure room, though. Is it? No. There was just a lot of enemies in there at the same time, I think, because of the trolls. No! I hope I find a purity. That would be nice. So otherwise, I actually might sit at the boss and wait until my purity is gone, or until my pox is gone. Are you kidding me? Another Armon? Damn it, dude! I'll never leave. I'll never leave this room. This is my new home. Oh, yep, there's another one. They just know this is my most hated enemy, or the relative of it. I hate Fauchans. I hate Ahriman. Oh, this was beamed? Damn it. I'm not going to use the fortune at this point. I'm like almost already gone. We'll let this one slide. Got a chest here. Lust, very nice. That was a palm that I was actually missing. Another gold. And the exit, hell yeah. Ooh. Do not mind if I do. Maybe the last kill also? Damn, not that lucky. Now, let's just get this over with. Can't avoid them. This is last kill, right? Nope. Access denied. Surely this is the last kill. I'll just rip Dreadworm anyway. Yep, classic. Oh, you're about to overspend resources on something? Okay, you're gone. Now you can leave. I mean, it's a 60-second cooldown. It's not that bad. It's not a 2-minute. Check here first. Verdict is... Ooh, a gold chest. A lust. Well, I'm not going to really be using that. Time to get sucked. Alright, who's next? Troubadour. Dreadworm is back. Gonna try to dodge his Ahriman. Nice. Oh, there's a purity! Yes! Ooh, nice. Okay, Rotten Breath does damage. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah. We had a little bit of good fortune. Found our purity. Wow, a drop? Oh. That's a natural drop. No beam, no fortune. This has been such a Serenity set. It's crazy. Ah, man, these Ahriman just will not leave me alone. And it's only annoying because they have more HP. Okay. Another chest. Turns out it's an intuition. It looks like I'm skipping all of these chests, but it's just not anything that I really am gonna want to or like can use really. Oh, there is another chest in here. Fuck. Why does this keep happening to me? I think it's like the exact same room too. Can any of these sleep? Oh my... Dude. You know what? No. I don't have patience for this. I'm leaving. You can't make me deal with this BS again. Screw the purity. And it has to be to the back. It like to the theme of back to one. Like, why? Why does Palace have to be this way? Great, another one. See, every donut room, treat it as if like every square inch of the floor is a trap. Every donut is so bad on this set. Okay. Nice. Got a witching back, which is good. Don't be a mimic? Nice! I got a steal. Okay. I guess I can kind of... I've got a little bit of time to kill. Serenity? Wow. It's like the 100th Serenity. Nice, got a fortune. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I can be down the rage, it's fine. I'm sure I'll pick one up on the next set. The real question is... Am I okay to have Pox on? Well, I have a raising. We can find out. Actually, shit. I want my shield at least. Hey, what's up, Scorpio? Thanks for the raid. We are doing a little bit of climbing ourselves. What floors did you get yourself into today? Okay, I think I'm okay if I have Pox, but we'll put the shield on. And we'll just see what happens. If I die, it's fine. I have a raising. You are on floor 100. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah, 101. Nice. It's a good stopping point. Nice time to take a breather. Just got deleted by landmine on 173. Ooh. How many mobs were we talking? Because, yeah, they'll get you. They will get you. 2? Oh. What happened there? I mean, look, I'm not going to judge. I've been there, okay? I've died on a 1 mob landmine before. So, I get you. You'll never find this rezo back. You know, every single time I've made a big deal about it, I get it back, like, on the first floor. But yeah, thanks for the raid. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're doing well, and I'll be here for a little bit longer. Just doing a climb. Kind of cruising speed too, so we are just doing a little bit of look at dude, I'm telling you, literally the first chest, Rezo. Doing well, going to the bathroom. Okay. Do whatever you gotta do. Let's see. And the rage. Wow. We're swimming in it. We're swimming in good. Is this a beam floor? Back from the bathroom, did we use a rezo? We did. And then I immediately, it was my first chest in the spawn room. The spawn room chest was a rezo. And it's beamed. Interesting. Rage rezo on a beam floor. I'm wondering if sword runners on DPS do the landmines. Yeah, you can. It kind of depends on what DPS. And then it also kind of depends on what mobs you get. You can do it. It's just you will not be able to do as many mobs. Like, on Warrior, you could pull the entire floor. Don't for now. It takes some practice. And there's definitely... there's like a timing to it. Nice, got a witching. My preferred way is definitely... definitely, if you happen to get a raising on an earlier floor, like an extra, I always try to practice, or at least I don't do it anymore, but I would always try to practice whenever I had a free raising. Like, if I had a raising overcap, I'd be like, great, this is my excuse to, like, test out stuff. And try to go big, too. Like, if it's, like, one... Even, I don't know, what would be, like, I don't know, if you're in, like, 131, 141, even, like, 151, if you have, like, a raising overcap, Donut strikes again. Don't be afraid to, like, go big. But, obviously, it's, like, pretty mob-dependent. Like, on 171, if you get a Mimic that, like, kind of already forces you to start having to witching, because, like, a Mimic will just F you up while you're trying to get your landmine pack together. So it's like, if you get a Mimic, that kind of forces your hand early, so you just kind of have to react to that. And yeah, wolves are really spicy because, you know, they'll apply the bleed. So it's like, even if you pull everything together, you do your landmine, you get a bleed tick, and then, like, you die to that. It's like you're not even dying to the mobs, you just die to the bleed. So yeah, it takes some practice, but DPS can do it. Dalmel is good. Bandersnatch is not. Like, anything that has a cast bar is a really good enemy to try to do a landmine with, because they naturally will have breaks in their damage. Whereas, like, the Bandersnatch is kind of a rough enemy to get into a landmine, because, I mean, unless you're a tank. If you're a tank, you can kind of put up with it a little bit better, but if you're a DPS, I try to avoid pulling the Bandersnatch for, like, a landmine, because they do so much damage of you. Like, they do so much damage to you while you're trying to get to the landmine, that the problem that you get into is that you lose all of your defensive and, like, healing tools just getting to the landmine. So that's what's kind of rough about some of those enemies, is that maybe in theory they're not that bad, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if a Bandersnatch is right next to the landmine, sure, I will include it in my landmine. But if it's like the first enemy that I pull, or I guess would pull, I might not do it, because it'll do too much damage to me that by the time I'm getting to the landmine, I've already spent all of my, like, healing and defensive resources So then after the landmine, after I step on it, there's nothing left. Like, I'll just die afterwards, so... There's definitely a lot of trial and error to it, but it's worth experimenting. But typically on DPS, you just don't do it. There are some exceptions, like Ninja comes to mind because you basically have free landmines if you set it up correctly, where you'll take 0 damage. So Ninja's kind of an exception, but other than that, I mean, like, a lot of jobs just, or a lot of DPS won't do it because it is kind of risky. But on tanks and healers, I feel like it's kind of a must learn, because the amount of time save that you get from learning how to do them is so high that if you can't do it, you're just making it so that, like, you have to play better and kind of have a nicer run to be able to get the same thing amount, like, to get the same done in the same amount of stuff done in the same amount of time. That was hard to say. But DPS, you just kind of, if you can pull when your cooldowns are on, that's generally a good enough strategy. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just kind of need to... You need to do some big stuff every once in a while on tanks, healers to kind of have a comfortable pacing. You can single pull on tanks to clear, but it's that idea of, like, do you want to have to get lucky to clear, or do you just want to clear consistently? And if you want to clear consistently for tanks and healers, I think you have to know how to do landmines. But single pulling is an option. It's harder. Which is kind of ironic because the landmine is harder, but the run as a whole will be harder if you can't landmine. You know what's interesting? I'm wondering how Astro can ever have the DPS for the high sets. I don't know. It's one of those things where every single time I think about it, I'm just like, how does Astro ever clear? But it does. It's just, you're not allowed to waste any of your time. 60 minutes is enough to get the set done on Astro, but, like, you can't waste any of your time or your resources. That's pretty much what it comes down to, because that's kind of the thing when you're playing a high DPS job, is that you're kind of blind to how much time you're wasting because you're not getting punished for it. But Astro is like the ultimate, you know, barometer for that, where it's like, hey, you are wasting time and now you have to spend palms to make up for it. Whereas, like, on a strong DPS, you're just like, tra-la-la, wasting time, not spending palms efficiently, like, doing whatever, wasting time exploring, all this crap, and it's like, you don't get punished for it, so you don't notice it. But on Astro, you do get punished for it, so then, yeah, it starts becoming, like, glaringly obvious. You're like, holy shit, I'm behind. Full strengths for the set, you're still struggling? Yeah, you know, the interesting thing I would say for Astro is that, except for maybe Orthos, but in Heaven on High and Palace, yeah, you want Steel over Strength, which is the interesting part. Like, in Eureka Orthos, I would say Strength is probably better, but because it's twofold. One, yeah, it lets you AoE more, but it also just makes it so that you don't have to GCD heal. So it's kind of a twofold benefit. Like, it lets you do more, and then it makes you heal less. So it's like when I was playing Astro, going for clears in here, I was hoping to get Steel over Strength, because you can kind of get more done. But on that note, like, anytime I would get a Steel, I would automatically Strength, but not the other way around. Like, if I got an extra Strength, I wouldn't Steal just because I got a Strength. Like, that's backwards. But if I got a Steel, I would automatically strength for it, because you want to try to get as much out of your steals as you possibly can. So it's like once steel is on, you have to zoom. Like that is your 8 minutes of power. So it's like you want to get the most bang for your buck. So once steel is on, throw on strength. Maybe even consider flighting, because again, it gets you another floor done with steel on. So that's kind of the trick to low DPS jobs, is, especially I guess like Astro in particular, is once you have steel, you need to get as much out of that as you possibly can. What you actually do when you have steel, pull 2. I would say at least 3 if you can. You're gonna get to a point on 180. Yeah, I would say the 80s probably. Like in the 70s, you can still pretty much pull 3 when you're in the 70s. Even if you have like 3 monkeys, that is possible. It's pretty spicy, and you have to manage their like timings. And you have to be really on top of if you're getting crit or not. But you can pretty much triple pull at least. Yeah, you can triple monkey. It is not comfortable. But if you play it just right, it is possible. And yeah, if you're doing a triple pull monkey, like that will save you time over just single pulling them. Granted, like, you have to learn how to strike the balance so that you're not GCD healing so much that you're offsetting, like, the benefit. But 3 for Astro is such a huge gain in Palace of the Dead. Like, the potency gain for doing a triple pull versus single is, I think... What is it? Malefic is 160. And... You're back from the bathroom. Welcome back. Welcome back. Malefic is 160. And I believe Gravity in Palace is 120. So if you're triple pulling, then you're doing 360 potency for GCD versus 160. So it's like you're almost doing, you know, like, what is that? Like 2x? No, you are doing more than 2x. Yeah, you're doing over twice as much damage in Palace if you triple pull. So it's like you are literally going twice as fast if you can manage to always be pulling 3 enemies at once. So that's kind of the trick, is get steel and then make sure that you're always pulling at least 3 enemies at once. That will end. Like, once you get to 181, the only things that you can really triple pull are, like, grenades, Vinthers. I think that's it. I think everything else is going to F you up too much or is too dangerous to have in a triple pull. But you can double pull some stuff. But, I mean, honestly, by the time you get to 181, you're hoping to be able to AoE the beginning. And then after that, you're kind of just single pulling. Or you're doing Witching Lust. That's a huge benefit. Witching Lust is, like, kind of the key for Astro to clear. Witching Lust is like the secret weapon. Once you realize that Witching Lust can kill, like, if you have strength plus cards plus, I guess that's all you really need. Strength and cards. I mean, you need steel too. But if you time it just right, which is kind of tricky though, there's definitely a learning curve to it. If you time it just right, you can basically get a kill within the 30 seconds of witching if you were really good at applying your dots while you were collecting the pack. So, like, while you're collecting your pack for your AoE Witching Lust, you can kill them before they leave. And that, you can do that even up into, like, 171 for sure. 181, it's pretty risky. But 171, you can even use Witching Lust to, like, basically do... It's like a mini... It's like kind of like a floor wipe. It's not as easy as a floor wipe because of how many buttons you have to press, but, like, it's effectively a floor wipe if you set it up correctly because you will get out in one pull. So yeah, typically you will want to use Lust on the floors on Astro instead of the bosses, because think about it this way, Lust will basically save you like a minute on a boss, but it can save you like 5+ minutes on a floor. So it's like, it's the same palm, but depending on where you use it, you're actually going to save more time. So it's like, if you use it on a floor, yeah, you could save like 5+ minutes off a floor using it there versus using it on a boss, which is only like a minute time save. The most fun job? Now that's an interesting question. So the masochist in me would have said Black Mage before the buff. Now I am not really... I'm probably not playing Black Mage in here anymore. I really liked playing Black Mage in here because of how clunky and just, like, bad it was. I know how stupid that sounds, but that's what I liked about it. I think now, for me, it's Ninja. I love playing Ninja in here. It's so fun. Like, you have so many of your tools are useful in here. Hide is really cool also. It's just, like... Ninja just feels good. Yeah, it's like the stealth is nice, but then also you have a bind, which is really good. It's nice to be able to bind things. You have a heavy on Doton, which is good. Ninja can also do landmines. It has ranged damage as a melee, which is also really strong. Ninja's just super fun in here. It also has a shield, which is great because shields are good for, like, cheesing some, you know, debuffs that you can get in here. Like, Ninja just has it all. Like, it honestly feels like the job where they, like... It's like if they made Deep Dungeon and they were designing jobs for it, Ninja feels like it was a job that was, like, made for Deep Dungeon. It's just... it's perfect for here. Yeah, Reaper is super freaking strong. If you wanted the strongest melee, I would pick Reaper for sure. If you want the most fun, I would say Ninja. But Reaper is certainly the strongest, by far. Let me see if I missed anything. I think you guys pretty much were saying what I was saying in just a different way. Strength Steel on a floor. You had strength and steel, and you're on the floor with unlimited Shoppies. How many would you pull? The most I ever pulled was 5. I can't remember if I had Frailty or not, but I remember I had an Astro run in Heaven on High where I pulled 5 Shoppies. And yeah, that's pretty spicy. But you gotta do what you gotta do to clear. And sometimes that's all you've got is just strength and steel, so you gotta make it work somehow. But yeah, you kind of need big room privilege for that. If you have a big room, it's definitely way easier. Getting a landmine in the back end of 181? Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's another trick, too. Is... being able to... Yeah, Shopties are the axe guys. In 181 plus... Oh, man. So what you can try to do in 171 is not sight every floor. Because typically what people will do is they sight 171, 172, 173. And then it's possible that you just never get a sight back. Like, it happens. It's unlikely. Like, you are likely to get at least one sight back, but it's very possible to not get it back. So the thing that you can do, because Witching Lust is so strong, is instead of landmining all 3 floors, you take one of the floors of 171 to 173, and you do a Witching Lust instead. And so you save your landmine. And what that lets you do is save that site for a landmine on the back half of 181, so that one of 2 things can happen. One, you get a landmine, which could be huge, especially if you're fighting like a Garm. Like, especially if you're fighting a Garm, knocking out 70% of its HP. Sorry, no, not 70, 80. 80% of its HP is huge, because Garms are just so chunky. So that's one option. But 2, the other one that can happen, is if you don't luck out on a landmine, you can use the site to map out lurings so that you have a more effective double dip. Because finding out that you have a luring on your exit, if you're going to double dip, is huge. So those are kind of like the benefits of having a site in the 80s instead of the 70s. So I definitely think that's probably worth considering, because in general, the 80s are just a much harder set. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit more resource for it, so that, you know, you don't walk into 191 with nothing. What am I missing? Only a fortune? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, or you could get an auto heal landmine. That's good too. But yeah, the main ones are you're using it for a landmine, or potentially helping you for a double dip, because very rarely you can get out of 181 without using a single rage. I've done it on a few jobs, but like, they were super good DPS. It's not like I was doing it, you know, on a harder job, right? Or like a lower DPS job. Like, anytime I've gone through 181 without using a single rage, it was on a good DPS. Like, you're typically going to use at least one. Probably hold rage. So actually, so what I do for rage on that set is I will pretty much always walk into 181 with 3. It's pretty rare to walk in with 2. You have to get like super screwed on 171 to walk into 1, in my opinion. Like, obviously when you're learning, or when you're new, or whatever, and you're still making a lot of mistakes, like, yeah, you might walk into 181 with less than 3. But once you've got 171 on lockdown, you should be going into 181 with 3 rages every time. And so my first rage, no matter what, without question, the first absolutely terrible floor I run into, I automatically rage. I don't even question it. Like, if it's like no abilities, damage down, gloom, I will just automatically rage that, because you're sitting on 3 rages, and it's not uncommon to pick up at least 1. Okay, I'm not saying it will happen, but it's not unheard of to get a rage in 181 or 191. Like, I'm not gonna say you're gonna get a lot, but you might get 1. So it's better to rip that rage at the worst the first worst floor you run into. You just rip the rage, because that time save is massive. And actually, good question. So the other thing, I value Serenity way higher than Rage. Like, unless maybe it's a healer. Maybe on a healer I might use a Serenity, depending on what the situation is. But like, for most jobs, I would rather keep my Serenities at 3 at all times, and let Rage go down. Because Serenity, 0 Serenity is a lose condition, 0 Rage is not. That's kind of my like thought process there. Like, you can win without having a rage. It's harder, you have to play better because you don't have a nice time saver, but like, you can win without rage. There are places where you literally cannot win if you don't have Serenity. So that's kind of why on 181 I will look, like, when I run into my first worst floor ever, I will rage if I'm at 3. Because that way I'm sitting at 2, I get a nice time save, and then if I happen to pick one up, it gives me the like flexibility to then use that whenever I want to, instead of feeling forced to use it. What conditions do you consider to use the Serenity? If it's a tank, no abilities, for sure. Like, no abilities on a tank is worth the rage. Or sorry, got rage on the brain. No abilities on a tank is worth a Serenity if you're at 3. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, if you're at 3 Serenity, that's a resource for you to be able to play and work with. So if you're a tank, typically on a tank, especially if it's like warrior, you know, it's like you can survive no items pretty well, especially if you have steel on, right? There will be some situations that warrior won't survive no items, but typically a tank with steel will do okay in no items, but no abilities is a huge like slowdown for you because you lose all of your damage and you lose all of your defensive capabilities. So it's like you're just like a useless little 1-2-3 bot that like you can't heal, you can't do damage, like, so what are you doing, you know? So it's like no abilities for me on a tank is like, that's my first Serenity that I will use. If here's a big if. No abilities hurts my feelings. Yeah. The big if here is that if time necessitates it, right? Like, let's say that it's like, you know, you're on floor 158 with 30 minutes left and you get a no abilities. You probably don't need to Serenity that, right? Because you only have 2 more floors to do and you're probably gonna make it to the boss in time. But if it's like the beginning, if it's like 182 and you get Gloom, no abilities, I mean, I would probably Serenity that because it's so early into the set that it's like, it's really devastating to have a bad early game. Like, a lot of like success in Deep Dungeon, I think, is learning to be okay with be willing to spend palms early so you can go fast early, because it's better for you to be making decisions of like how you want to go fast versus like reacting to what the game is like forcing you to do, if that makes sense. Like, it's way better for you to hatch up your plan of how you want to go fast and then execute it, rather than being like, well, now I'm forced into using this bomb, now I'm forced into using this bomb. Like, you don't want to feel like you're forced into making decisions. You want to like make the decisions proactively, because generally speaking, you'll probably get better value out of that because like it's on your terms and like, you know, you're like making an advantageous decision. You're like, okay, I'm in this scenario and I can cook right now. Like, I'm in a scenario that I can go fast versus like getting forced into using a palm. But it takes some getting used to be okay with that. But it's like, you're better off spending palms early going fast, because then if you end up getting like a nice set, then you can just chill, you can just coast. Like, if you go fast early and then you get a nice set, you just chill. You're like, okay, I did my hard work, now I can just coast until I get to the boss. Versus like, if you go slow early and then you get a bad set, you're screwed, because now you have to spend a lot. And I'm not even talking like psychologically what happens, where it's like, you know, typically people don't make good decisions when they're stressed out, right? Typically, some people maybe thrive in that, but typically people don't make good decisions when they're stressed, right? You're like panicked and you're like, shit, I'm running out of time, I need to get to the boss, I don't want to lose. Like, you make worse decisions, right? So that's just something I've learned over time from running this, is that it's better to try to go fast early, because if it's hard, then you're kind of set, because you're kind of on pace from making yourself go fast. And then if it's good, you get to coast. And then, yeah, the flip side is like, if you don't go fast early and then it's bad, it's really bad. So Yeah. And then, like, and getting good luck will only kind of put you on, like, a normal pace, if that makes sense, right? Where it's like, if you go slow early and then you get good luck, it just puts you on, like, a normal pace. Versus if you go fast early and get good luck, then you just get to relax even more. Because you're just like, oh shit, like, I'm already ahead on time, and now I'm getting good luck. Like, now I really get to coast. So, it's kind of like the mentality thing. It's like the head game that kind of we don't talk about a lot when we talk about, like, deep dungeon advice, but, like, getting yourself into that headspace is, like, so helpful, because you just make better decisions. Can confirm you make worse decisions when stressed out. So if I ever step on a landmine and reach with a single worst bomb every single time. Yeah. Yeah, when you get stressed, you're just like, ah, shit. What do I do? I need to survive. And yeah. It just not as good. If I'm at 3 flights, I usually burn one. Yes. I heard that advice from Finn. And once I did, I started doing it every single time, pretty much. Like, if 170... Well, 171 might be an exception, because you typically might landmine 172. But I think some of the best advice I ever heard Finn give was on 181, use a flight automatically. Don't even question it. Use your raising, then use a flight. Like, use raising... and then use flight automatically. Don't even question it. Like, just use it. Like, that's the way to do it. And yeah, it just makes sense, because it's like, okay, if you flight automatically, 182 will probably never be bad enough that you regretted using a flight on it. It's not like using a flight at some floors where you're like, man, why did I flight this? This is so bad. Because, like, even on a DPS, if you walk into 182 with steel on and it's no items, you still have potentially a shot of getting off of that floor with strength and steel, no items. It's really risky and it's pretty sketchy, but there is a world where that is possible. So it's kind of worth just, like, always flighting 181. I remember the last time I used a flight. Yeah, see, that's the part about spore running that sucks. You never use a flight. I love flight. I love using flight. Angel says it a lot. Yeah. Early versus late flights. Well, so yeah, there's actually, like, I think the only real, I think controversial is too extreme, but we'll just say controversial. I think the only real controversial, like, topic of discussion for Palace of the Dead is when do you use flight and when do you use altar on 181. I think that's the only thing that, like, basically not no one, but, like, there are different camps in. Because pretty much most stuff I think everyone kind of agrees on. But when to use flight and altar on 181, there's definitely two camps. There's people who will say, like, you know, altar early, flight late, and then there's people who are like flight early, altar late. There are people who will say, like, do a little mix. Like, there's definitely, like, just different camps of how people feel about it. Myself, my current, you know, way that I handle 181 pretty much on every job is I will flight 182. So I will use a flight on 181 pretty much every time. And again, my reasoning behind that is 182 is not threatening enough to me that I think I would ever regret using a flight on it. And then if you end up picking up a flight on 181 or 182, huge, right? Like, you just automatically get it back. That's something that you can use later. But then what I will do is I specifically am trying to avoid the all crawler floor. That is what I'm trying to avoid. Like, me personally, I never want to fight a crawler ever again. I think it's one of the worst fights in the entire Palace of the Dead. So I will alter floors that have crawlers. So that means I'm going to use an alter on, like, for 183, 184. And then at that point, I kind of just feel it out. Where it's like, okay, I mean, it just depends on, like, what pawns I have and what I'm using. So it's like, if let's say I'm finishing 183 and I have strength and steel on. Or no, not 183, because you can still get crawlers. Let's say I'm finishing 184. Let's say I altered 184. Doesn't matter if I have pox or not. I finish 184, and I have strength and steel on. I'm probably going to flight. And my reasoning behind it is like, okay, I have strength and steel, so I want to make as much use of this as I possibly can, because pretty much, unless you are like an expert 190 player, you need steel for the boss, right? And Astro basically needs 2. I mean, it's debatable at this point. Like, maybe 1 steel Astro is like... you will have to do some of the boss without steel. It's probably easier to do it now than it was before, but... I don't know. I still wouldn't trust it. I would still just be prepared to do steel on Astro. But, like, you have to use a steel for the boss. So your steel has to get as much mileage as you can. So it's like, if I've got steel on going to the next floor, I'll flight. If I don't have a steel and I'm going into 185, I might just use nothing. And then I kind of just have to react to whatever's going on the floor. And just try and figure out, it's like, okay, like, kind of as a hard rule, like, I don't think in any context you want to enter 191 with alters. Like, no one wants to fight a 191 Mimic. Like, you just don't really want to fight one. They have a lot of HP, and they do a lot of damage. So it's like, in no scenario do you really want to fight a 191 Mimic. So for the most part, you're looking to dump your alters in 181. Where is kind of up to you, but again, like, I typically will try to use them for 183 and 184, and then if I have a third one, I just have it there to float, and I'll probably get rid of it at some point, probably towards the end. The reasoning behind people using alters for the last, like, 187 to 189 is because those floors are pretty spicy for enemy options, right? Because it's like you've only got bloods, crawlers, worms, and garms. So it's like, that's pretty rough. Like, for a tank, it's like, yeah, you can fight all of those, but still, like, if it's Gloom HP down on a tank, that's still gonna hurt. Like, that's still gonna F you up pretty good. So it's like, people don't want to fight those. You'd rather just fight the Mimic at that point, so... And then, yeah, so that's kind of the two camps. I like to alter early and flight, just kind of wherever, based on how my palms are feeling. But some people will try to specifically use them in certain places, but the only thing I like to do is alter the crawler floors, because I hate fighting crawlers. For 181 plus, I alter the mid floors, because all the enemies... Yeah, the enemies suck a lot. Crawlers don't appear until oh man. Crawlers don't appear till 183. Yep. Yeah, 182 is basically 181. So Garm City doesn't even sound that bad. Yeah, it's actually not too bad unless you are really low DPS. Like, Astro, Garm City is bad, and it's not because, I mean, yeah, Garms have a lot of HP, so it's bad for that reason. But it's more like it's a mini DPS check, because you're kind of racing the clock until, like, if you get a Garm train, you're, like, kind of racing the clock until the next Garm shows up to potentially give you, like, a double Garm pull, right? So it's like, on a low DPS job, the Garm, that's why the Garm train is bad. Otherwise, yeah, like, I actually don't mind the Garm train, but that's kind of what makes it a big deal. I'm going to safety this because that can be a trap. And I want my Pegasus. So I'm willing to spend a safety here. I don't really like the design of the 190 boss having a hard requirement of steals. Yeah. It's pretty bad. I mean, in some respects, I kind of like it, but in others, I don't. Like, it's kind of nice that there's a boss that makes you have, like, that makes you have a steal to kill it, because it influences all of your decisions for the rest of the set. Are you kidding me? No! I can maybe get away with this. Wait, Pox only does 82 damage. Dude, Physic is cracked. Okay, let's try fighting... Let's not get a Mimic. Okay, I'll fight you first. Oh! I mean, yeah, it's good and bad, in my opinion. Like, there's some good about it, because on the one hand, it's like, I like that it makes it so that you actually have to care about what pawns you're spending. Like, that's kind of the main complaint about Eureka Orthos, is that when you're not going for a score run, it doesn't... Dude, what is this Shocky doing? He's homing in. It feels like the main complaint of Eureka Orthos for a lot of people is that, like, the impact of your decision on your palms does not feel like it matters that much, because you can kill the bosses pretty much with anything. So it's like, it doesn't really matter how you spend your palms, because you know you're going to be able to kill the boss. The only question is, how long is it going to take you to kill the boss? Not, can you kill it? So it's like, in some respects, that is something that is, I think, is a valid complaint. But at the same time, I've also been burned by needing a steal for Godfather, because I had one Astro run where I entered with one steal, and then I never used it, made it to 190, and never found a second steal. So as soon as my steal fell off, I tried my best, but I died. I could not kill him with just one steal. So it's like, it's good and bad. I like it, and I don't like it. I don't know, it's tough. I think one steal is fair. I think 2 steals is maybe too much. I can definitely get on board with 2 steals being too much. But I think 1 steal is kind of fair. Because, yeah, it makes you feel the weight of your decisions. Because you're like, okay, well, I could use this steal here to fight these enemies to survive, but it's 1 less steal that I have, and I might not have everything that I need to fight the boss. So I kind of like that dynamic. But I've also been burned by it, so I definitely have felt the sting of required steal. But I think it's more good than bad. I guess that's what I'm willing to say. I think it's more good than bad. I love how much physicking I've been doing. One of those buttons that, like... I like Deep Dungeon because there are buttons in this game where people are like, oh, literally take that button off your hotbar. And then you get into Deep Dungeon and you're like, no, no, no. You might need that. You might need that button. Do not get rid of it. Like, this is my Pox fighter right now. Yeah, sleep. Physic. Look at that. It's like almost 5 times better than Pox. Okay. Didn't get no items, which is great. Got a rage. Oh, baby. Wait, are we beaming? We're beaming. Hell yeah. Alright, let's be careful, though. I can die here. The win button, yeah. Hey, that's why Palace is my favorite, though, because it's the weakest win button in Deep Dungeon. And that is what I like about it. It's very strong. It's a huge time saver, but like comparing all of Deep Dungeon, like It is the weakest win button, and that is what I like about it. Flashback to Meiji casting Physic on herself for 5 minutes straight. It's fair. Yeah, exactly, it's fair. Like, that is what I like about Rage, is that it's fair. Magicite does not feel fair. It's like, yeah, when I use Magicite, like, am I happy to get a Magicite? Of course. Like, it helps me win. Do I think Magicite is fair? Definitely not. A one-button thing that kills every single enemy on the floor and makes you invulnerable to all damage? Like, nah, that's not really fair, man. It's fair because it's rare. I still think it's for how rare it is, I still think it's too strong. Like, because it's just the 6 wipe 91 Heaven on High is too good. Like, walking into 91 with 6 wipes, like, it's too strong. It just completely nullifies the difficulty of that set. So, I don't know. I'm anti-Magicite. Like, I still think, even for how rare it is, I think it's too strong. Didn't know until recently when I pressed Magicite for this. Yeah! I know, it feels like cheating, right? You're like, what the hell? I just killed every single enemy on the floor instantaneously? Like, what the hell is that? How is that allowed? So, yeah, I am anti-Magicite. I think it's too strong. Yeah, and you get an invul. Like, what can't it do? It can't do your taxes. That's about it, you know? It can do everything else. Man, I knew this would happen. Well, maybe we'll find a Serenity. Nothing like the no knockback Rage. Okay, so here's an example, actually. If I was a tank or a healer, I would just use the Serenity. Like, the Rage is such a nice little time save. If I was at 3 Serenity here on a tank or a healer, I would just rip the Serenity and use the Rage. Because, again, generally, you're not, like, so susceptible to enchantments. I would use the Serenity and just enjoy the Rage. But on a DPS, I do enough damage, I don't need to do that, but... There's a Serenity, I'll look for it. Easy does it now. I see that gold chest. We got 2 to check. I'd be out early, where the key is deceiving. Okay, I'll take a strength. It's like a very long, slow Rage. It's a slow burn. Can I get this cast off? Probably not. That does a lot of damage, by the way. If you haven't been hit by it, I don't recommend it. And it gives you blind also, so... Generally, holy nuts. A second... Are you kidding me? A second Rage? Well, that's what I get for not going down to 1 Rage. Have the reflex of seeing the Rage in the chest and just wanting to use it. Hey, you know what? We've all done it. We have all been there. We've all used the Rage on the no knockback floor and wondered why the enemies aren't dying. We've all done it. There's one more chest there in the back. Oh, I think I can get it too. Nice! Okay, I'm just gonna use it because I'm probably out of here too. You're on Ashed on a no knockback floor. Is the rage attack damage then? Yeah, it is. It's stronger than Malefic, but your Malefic plus Dot is better. So, technically, yeah, Rage does do more damage than Malefic. If I'm pretty sure it does. But you're missing out on Dot. This should be last kill, right? We're getting into piss territory right now, but... Oh yeah, we're pissing. We are pissing. Alright. So be it. Just apply Combust to your claws. That'd be sick. Do not... I could still get one more kill, which is the hilarious part. But the game was nice. Another no items. Well, at least this time I don't have Pox and I have Strength Steel, so... I will not be checking chests, though. I need to get this guy first, because he's going to hurt more than the other ones. Well, that shield actually did a pretty good job. Man, it sucks. There's a lot of chests to check, too. Oh well. I will not be giving myself Pox. Plus, I'm not really missing any chests. Or, like, any palms. I'm missing a safety, but that's it. See, that's the benefit of not using palms. You don't have to get them back. Alright, this guy... I guess I can pull him now-ish. This should do a decent amount of damage. I'm just gonna run until Dreadworm is up. Alright. Gremlins are pretty free on basically any job and no items. Even old Black Mage could get around Gremlins. Even with your slow-ass cast times, old Black Mage could still deal with Gremlin, no items. Definitely easiest enemy on this set. The Deep Eyes are surprisingly tough, but I believe they can be slept. Like, a Deep Eye will get in some nasty hits. I'm just going to do the same thing I did last time. Just pull with Ifrit. And I guess I have Garuda, too, so I can get some mobile damage in. Well, I guess that's because they have the double attack. That's what makes them threatening. I think I'll hold Dreadworm, because... this Deep Eye is not my last kill. But I do see a Gremlin. Actually, I have Dreadworm, so I should pull something hard instead of something easy. Respect it. Last kill. Yep. Nice. Cool. Not too shabby when you have Strength and Steel. Alright, what do we have next? No Gloom, hell yeah. A Steel? Okay, I don't want to forget about it. That's something I've definitely done, so I like to put the markers down just in case, so my eye will go, hey, what's that? Because I don't need a steel for this floor, right? Because no debuffs, and I already have 3 steel on, so better for me to just sit on it and then use it when I'm about to leave. Same rule, fight this guy, dread. Decent amount of chests, actually. This 151 has been quite plentiful for drops. We got a strength and a steel. Another strength. Okay, so I'll use this one. And I've got a strength for the road as well. I will check that gold once this guy is gone. I'll check it right now. I could deal with a mimic. Another strength. Wow, okay. Yep, it's one of my runs. Get 5 of the same palm on one floor, and then not see it again. Ooh, nice. I'm actually glad that devil turned around. I didn't feel like fighting it. Yep, there it is, another strength. Okay, well, I think we found enough strength on the floor. I don't want to cleave the Soul Flare. Well, let's get it on. I can at least use the shield to not get the life suck on me. If I time it right. Now-ish. Drain Touch. Nope, he got it off. I shouldn't have used my summon. I should have waited a little bit. Damn. They're making me work for it. There's nothing in there except the steel. Okay. I'd rather get the strength first, I guess. Yeah, I'll get the strength first. And then I'll... Wow, yeah, okay. Just make me kill the entire floor then, alright. I guess we'll see. If I have to kill the imp, then it's whole floor. What was this again? I actually don't remember. Was this also a strength? No, it's a witching. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I didn't have to kill one enemy. Grab this refresh. Then I'll go get my steel. Making good time. Oh, whoops. I just, like... My brain was like, well, it fell off. I should just automatically have it apply, right? Yeah, time's alright. For just basically spending whatever we pick up. Blind? Yuck. That's okay. We'll deal with it. That looks like a treasure room. It is. Is it the exit, though? That's the only thing I really care about. It's hard to tell, but I'm thinking no. Let's just get a kill going while I'm scouting. This is the return, but there is another room. I'll just deal with this guy now. Okay, nice. Exit's here. We do not have to interact with the treasure room. Lucky us. Shield now. The shields are wonky AF. Okay. Oh, I have a donut room too. Not that it really helps that much for this floor, but... I mean, it's always nice to have a donut. Okay. I want to check that chest, so I'll just work on the enemies here. This is the path to the exit anyway. Wait, what is that? Is that also a gold? It is. Well, you know what they say, go for the gold. Let's see what this one has. Nice. A nice juicy mimic. Gonna finish this enemy first. Actually, yeah, because then by the time I finish off the Taurus, my Dread Worm will just about be ready. Nope. Cannot finish that cast. Time for Dread Worm. See if I can weaken the Pox. I mean, I guess this donut's helping. Wow, I just missed a lot. Okay. Well, there is another chest to check. Let's check that first. Nice, I got my safety back. I'll probably try to see if I can dig a chest out of that treasure room, but it doesn't look... it actually looks somewhat possible. For some reason I thought the proximity was closer, but... There's also a chest on that, so we've at least got that going. I can at least get one chest out of here. Maybe two? Are you serious? That's so annoying. Alright, time to see if we get another Mimic. Nice, got a fortune. I can actually maybe get this. Well, I still have to get kills, so... It's a sight. Will not use it. I feel like I maybe somehow got server tick luck on that guy not seeing me. What is behind door number 2? A raising? Well, I already have one on, but I don't really plan on dying on this floor. But it could happen. Wow. Just had to crit the drain touch, didn't you? He crit drain touch again. What a champion. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully don't get no items. Because back half of 51 is, you know, little harder to fight in Pox no items. And we've already had 2 no items. Do I need a third? Apparently I do. Dude, come on. Come on, man. Why they gotta do this? Luckily, I think there's a somewhat decent path on the left side for me to get out of that treasure room. I will say that this type of scenario is like the defining moment of learning how to clear on a DPS. Like, if you can deal with like 3 no items, I think you're probably ready to clear, you know? It's definitely not easy. It takes knowing the matchups and like willing to be patient, and also having the resource of like strength, you know, and or steel, but it's You gotta learn how to save your Serenities and your Steels. So this is the training ground. I think I can also get off this floor, but we'll see. I really don't want to try fighting imps like this, but I'll do what I have to do. If I have full burst plus shield, I can probably do it. I'm gonna take out this one. Damn it. That's annoying. I'll just kill it. Just deal with it. I should have held my swift cast. Actually, holy crit, that was nice. Okay, I have no strength and steel now, though. Okay, patience. Go, 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 go. Okay. Abaya will be spicy, I think, only because I don't have any room. But I might be able to just wait this out a little bit. If the Soul Flare moves, I can go. Yeah, I'm waiting on the Soul Flare. Okay. I will definitely fight a Taurus first. Plus, this will give me more room for when I inevitably probably have to pull the Abaya. Now we've got some hiding room. Ooh, and another Taurus. That's what we're talking about. Not out yet, but that's fine. I don't want to accidentally cleave, so we'll pull with the normal attack. I've got some room to run. Okay. Well, heal up. One physic at a time. Okay, I'm out of Taurus, which means it's Abaya time. See, Summoner's great. Who doesn't like this? Vercure? Nah. I'm a physic guy. Why spend 2 Vercures when you could do like 20 physics? Okay. Please be last kill. Damn it. Okay. I kind of gotta wait on cooldowns here, because I know Abaya can hit kind of hard. I need maybe like 15 seconds to Dreadworm. Will probably be good. Let's try this. Okay, now we'll Chicken Nugget. Here comes Big Daddy Bahamut. Please be last kill. Damn it, dude! They're really giving me the piss. Fine. Have it your way. Dude, this 151 has been kind of rough for DPS. I've had 3 no items this set. And high kill counts to go with it. Ooh, critical physic. Very nice. Okay. shield on. Dreadworm should be now. And last kill. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's manageable. It just... Yeah, it's annoying. If this was Gloom, though... I don't know. If it was Gloom, I'm not sure if I would have... Are you kidding me? Dude, what kind of movement is that? If this was Gloom, I may have had a Serenity. I'm not sure. But the no Gloom is pretty nice. The haste is kind of whatever. I mean, that's not really benefiting me too much on Summoner. But just kind of got... It was nice that it wasn't Gloom. Alright. Soul Flare, thank you. One more floor. It did slow me down a lot. Because our pace was, like, pretty quick. And then we got 3 no items this set. But it happens. Just gotta learn to deal with it. Alright. This guy will hurt a bit. And I also have damage down, so it's gonna take a little bit longer to kill him, but it's fine. Yeah, that Drain Touch really does a number on you. Sweet. Check the chest. And the verdict is an intuition. Hey, I'm not gonna knock it. Yeah. This is not good. We're gonna let that one pass. And then I'd like to get into that room. Kill the Taurus, and then I have a room that I can run circles in. Okay. Perfecto. We will wait. Okay. Nope, sticking to the plan. Taurus is first. Then we have a nice kiting room after the Taurus is gone. Potential treasure chest? Yep, it's hidden in the back. And another Taurus. Not going to complain about that. Not going to complain about having an easy enemy in here. Purity. Well, that doesn't really help me at all, but who knows? Maybe a Mimic will drop. Nice crit. What's next? Oh, it's Dreadworm. Oops. I don't have sustaining running. Okay. Wait, what was this? Intuition. Wow, they really love the intuition on this floor. I'll have to steal the boss. Proud about that. I might be able to get away without stealing 170. I'm thinking about it. I tried it on Picto and I died. But if I have the resources and the time, I will try it on Summoner also. That was kind of stupid of me to use my shield. So now I can't use it for these guys. It's fine, I'll just fight an imp. Get over here. Whoa, I was about to trigger that silver. Actually, maybe I could get a little 2-for-1. Nope. A man can dream. Nice, I'm out. Okay. Okay. 40 minutes to do the floors with 3 no items. It's not too shabby, I guess. And some nice physicking. I probably have to wait for all of these guys to pass, which is also annoying. I think the exit's too close. That's okay. Do I have to strength, though, is the question. I want to think no. We'll try. We'll see how our damage is doing at about, like, halfway. And then see if we have to strength or not. I don't think Machinist has to. I know Summoner does decent damage, so... let's give it a shot. I have to steal, though. This boss is way too powerful. Okay, 1925, basically, we started doing damage. Full mobilities. Let's get into this corner here. I will try to be not using the Garuda if I can avoid it. I may have done this too early. No, that was like perfect. I think I'll be fine to not use strength. Based on what the time is looking like already. Which is great. Save a palm whenever I can. I saw someone the other day say something in Angelus's chat. And I know what they were trying to say, but I actually don't know if I play the way that they said that you should play Deep Dungeon. They basically said, like, it's better to play to win than to play not to lose. And I actually only play to not to lose in Deep Dungeon. Like, that is literally my entire game plan. It's like, to me, it's actually the opposite. Like, in Deep Dungeon, you are playing to figure out how to make sure that you don't get absolutely fucked. It just depends on what you're playing. Yeah, that's probably true. I think my general, like... yeah, actually, that's true. On Astro, you actually have to play to win. Because, like, the game is not going to make you... like, yeah, the win conditions are different, I guess. Yeah, like on Astro, you have to play to win. Because, by default, you will not get a run that just gives you the win. It's like, you have to not make mistakes. That's just like a given. Like, it's just like a given that you're not making mistakes when you're trying to get an Astro clear, or you're making very little of them. Versus, like, on a strong job, it really is just about, like, if you don't make mistakes, and, yeah, basically, if you're not making mistakes, you will probably clear. Like, you have to be efficient with your time. But as long as you're, like, not making mistakes on a strong job, yeah, like Machinist, Warrior, Picto, whatever, like, as long as you're not making mistakes, you will probably clear. You don't have to play amazing. You just need to play good enough to win. Which is, like, in that mindset, that's my mindset of pretty much Palace all the time, of, like, I am playing not to lose. Like, I will do whatever I can to make sure that I don't lose. I don't play to win. But I don't know. It was just kind of interesting seeing someone say that, because I was like, man, I feel like I actually play the opposite. Like, I actually feel like the whole time I am playing to not lose versus playing to win. But I do think that you're right. If you're playing something that's, like, really tough, yeah, like an Astro Palace run, it's like you are kind of forced to play to win. Because, yeah, the game will not just hand it to you because you do so little damage. You kind of just have to spend your pawns and just be like, yeah, I will get them back, and if I don't, I lose. Like, I remember it was tough for me to get to that point of of acceptance, but I honestly feel like Astro is like that. It's like you have to just play, spending your palms. It's not like just like spend your palms willy-nilly and be like, oh, well, I just hope I get them back. It's like, no, you have to spend them smartly, but you just have to let go of the fact that it's like, yes, you're spending the palms. You have to spend those palms to clear. If you don't get them back, you'll probably lose. If you do get them back, you have a chance at winning. But that's definitely a different mindset than how I play pretty much every other job in here, where I am really playing just not to lose. Where it's like, okay, as long as I set things up correctly and I don't make any mistakes, like, I will win by default because I have set it up so that I won't lose. Like, I don't know, it's a very different way of playing, but it's interesting to think about. My attitude for Heaven on High was... Yeah, exactly. Like, I definitely hit that realization where I was like, if I don't average... Basically, if you don't average roughly 2 floor wipes starting 71 on Astro, you probably won't clear. I know that sounds crazy, like a crazy high requirement, but every single run that I've had and every single run that I've watched, that is true. Everyone that is clearing Astro and Heaven on High is basically getting 2 wipes starting 71. Like, and that's just the way it is. Like, there's nothing to be, like, you don't have to feel ashamed about it. It's like, yeah, you need a little bit of luck to clear. And I think that is exactly the amount of luck that you need to clear on Astro and Heaven on High. You need roughly 2 wipes, 71, 81, and 91, or enough lights and like other palms as like an equivalent if you're not actually picking up 2 wipes. Because if you pick up like, you know, 3 flights in 71, that's pretty good. Like, that's basically like getting a floor wipe, right? So it's just like the equivalent of that. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's, I never really thought about it until I saw someone say that, and I was like, I actually feel like I play not to lose than play to win. But I guess for Astro, you do kind of have to play to win. But I think playing not to lose is actually the smarter way to play. Like, identify the ways to lose, and then make sure that you have those covered, and then you kind of win by default. Like, you don't have to think about winning. You just have to make sure that you don't lose. Like, I way rather play like that. Like, just make sure that you've got all the losses covered, and, like, you kind of... Like, the only natural progression is winning after that, right? Who was progging Heaven on High? Chat told her to do the one thing that would... Oh, yeah! Nefsi. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was it. Yeah, chat actually sabotaged her run. It was so bad. Like, it was the worst backseating of Deep Dungeon I've ever seen. Because not only was it rampant, but it was actually just bad advice. Like, it wasn't just that it was such incessant backseating, it was also that it was just terrible advice. And it's like, you guys made her lose. Like, she took your advice, which was terrible, and it made her lose. She would have won if she didn't follow your advice, because she's better than you guys. Like, she's better than her chat. But, I mean, she cleared right after that, because she stopped listening to them. And she was like, guys, don't give me bad advice. Like, I will figure this out. And then she cleared. It's like, yeah. She actually knew how to do it. But, alright. That's it for me. So, unless my plans change, the plan is to do this file tomorrow. We'll see if we can make it to 200. If I do or if I don't, I'm probably not going to do it again. I think I'll do Red Mage after, no matter what. But it would be nice to clear. The goal is to clear. We'll try our best. But no matter what, I think I'll just do Red Mage after this one, just to get a feel for all the casters. And then after that, for Deep Dungeon, I have no effing clue, but we'll figure it out. Alright, that is it. Let me find someone to raid. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for Tryhard from the Tryhard Scorpio, the one, the only, giving me the raid. Greatly appreciated. Let's see. Who do I raid? Yeah, thanks, Go Out Gently. Hope, good luck on your future landmines. They're tough. Don't get discouraged. It takes practice, but you'll get there. Just takes practice. We've all been there. We have all been there. We've all gone into 171 or 71 heaven on high thinking we're going to clear, if we're going to do sick-ass landmines, and then we instantaneously explode and lose. I have definitely been there. Man, who do I raid? I can't raid Angelus because I don't want to get spoiled. Can I raid this person? Because this is a game that I don't mind getting spoiled on. And I might play. Damn it! I was going to raid Arahi. They're playing First Berserker Kazan. It seems like it's actually pretty sick. I might play it one day. I'm not going to play it now. But I actually might play it. It actually looks pretty good. Well, shall we look through the directory then? See if we can maybe find a deep dungeoner? Dude, no one even that I follow is playing 14 right now. This is a tall order. Let's see. Is someone doing the deep dungeon? I would be so surprised, honestly. Because, yeah, cosmic exploration is the hot thing right now. Also, just like games got dropped. Like, people are playing Expedition 33. People are playing Oblivion. People are doing their re-clears. It's kind of a low tide deep dungeon right now, but it's okay. I always check anyway. Been raiding a lot? Yeah. I mean, now's the time to do it. I might be doing a little bit more raiding too, actually. Because I need to get BIS for Criterion. And there's people who are starting to wind down on re-clears that want gear for alts. So I might do re-clears for BIS with them. Since I only have that one, I only have my week 1 clear, that's it. So I'll need a little bit more. Yeah, there's like no one to raid. Yeah, I think I'll kill the stream then. But if you want to see the end of this run, it will be live in about 12 hours-ish from now. So wherever you are in the world, just roughly 12 hours from now, I'll probably be starting up the second part of this, or I guess third part of this. Well, I might sleep in, though. Maybe it'll be closer to 13 hours. It might be closer to 13 hours. I might sleep in. We'll see. But yeah, 12 to 13 hours from now, I'll probably be starting up the part 3, 161 plus of this run. So, all right. It was fun. Thanks y'all for chatting. I will catch